Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. I welcome you in today's class. Now let's begin today's session. First of all, I will tell you which topics that I am going to cover today. So your first topic is non-contact force.
Second, you will learn examples of non-contact force.
First one is magnetic force. Second one is electrostatic force. And third one is gravitational force. Now first of all we will start with non-contact force. So one question rises in your mind, what do you mean by non-contact force? So answer is a force that can act on an object without being in contact with it. Then that force is called non-contact force. Two objects are not at all in contact with each other, but still one force exists between two objects, then that force is called non-contact force. That force can be attractive force, that force can be repulsive force. But in short, what is the common thing? That the two objects are not at all in contact with each other. Still force exists. This type of forces act from an distance, right? Few examples of non-contact force that I will share with you so you will get clear idea. When you bring magnet near iron pin, what you will observe, that iron pin are attracted towards the magnet. So magnet and iron pins both are not in contact with each other, still iron pins are attracted towards magnet. So not in contact, but force exists between the two objects, right? Therefore this force is called non-contact force. Second example that you must have tried in 6th standard or 7th standard, that is you have to take one plastic scale, and that plastic scale you have to rub with your dry hair, right? For few minutes you have to rub that scale with your dry hair, and when you bring that scale near to pieces of paper, then you will observe that from distance that pieces of papers are attracted towards the plastic scale, right? So plastic scale and pieces of paper are not in contact with each other, but still they are attracted towards the scale. So therefore it is an example of non-contact force. One more example, apple falls from a tree, then apple always moves in downward direction. So why apple always falls in downward direction? Why it is not moving in upward direction? Because some force must be acting on apple that pulls the apple in downward direction, or that attracts the apple in downward direction, and that force is not in contact with that apple. Actually force is in contact with the apple, but any other object is not in contact with the apple, and that pulls the apple in downward direction. So some force from distance that is acting on apple that pulls the apple or attracts the apple in downward direction, so acts from a distance. Therefore this force is also an example of non-contact force. First type of non-contact force that you have to learn, that is magnetic force. So to learn that, activity 11.6 is given in your textbook. That activity is very simple. You have to take two bar magnets. One bar magnet you have to keep upon three pencils, and with the help of another magnet, what you have to do, you have to take that another magnet close to first magnet, and then you have to observe what happens. So you will observe that one side of magnet, if you bring closer to the bar magnet, one time the two magnets will come closer to each other, right? And when you change the side of one magnet, second magnet, and when you bring that magnet closer to the magnet that is kept on the pencil, what you will observe? That the two magnets, the magnet that is kept on the pencil, that magnet will move in opposite direction, means it will move away, right? Repulsive force exists, and due to that we can say that that magnet will move away. So in both the situation, two magnets are not at all in direct contact with each other. But then also in first case, two magnets come closer to each other, and in second case, two magnets move away from each other. So what is the reason behind this? Why in one case they come closer to each other and in second case they are moving away from each other? The reason is between the two magnets, magnetic force exists, and due to that magnetic force, right, uh, attractive and repulsive force exist between the two magnets. In first case, we can say that two magnet comes closer to each other, right? So when we can say that two magnets come closer to each other? When there is attractive force or force exists between the two magnets. And when attractive force exists between the two magnets? When two opposite poles of magnet that are bring closer to each other. Magnets has two pole, north pole and south pole. So of one magnet north pole and another magnet south pole, when that bring closer to each other, then in between that two magnets attractive force exists. And uh, both the magnets having north pole, and when that north pole bring closer to each other, then between two like poles repulsive force exists. Similarly, when two south poles bring closer to each other, then between them also repulsive force exists. So attractive force exists between north and south pole, and even south and north pole. So we can say that a magnet can exert a force on another magnet without being in contact with it. The force exerted by magnet in an that is an example of non-contact force. Similarly, when iron pins brought closer to any magnet, iron pins are attracted towards the magnet. That is also an example of non-contact force, that is magnetic force. Magnetic force you use every day at your home. You will think every day we are using magnetic force. When? Where? So listen, in summer season, every now and then you need to drink water. And when you want to drink water, what do? You go near the fridge, you take out any water bottle from the fridge, okay? And suppose you have some work, and if you don't close the door properly, but then also that door gets closed automatically. So how that door gets closed automatically? That is due to magnetic force of attraction, right? So like this, you can also think other examples of magnetic force that are used in your day-to-day life.
Let's see one video regarding magnetic force.
Now next type of force that you have to learn, that is electrostatic force. So for that, one activity is given in your textbook, that is you have to see activity 11.7. What is given in that activity? Actually it is said that you have to take one straw and you have to cut that straw in two equal half. One half of the straw you have to tie it with thread, and that thread you have to attach with one corner of the table, so that you means in short you have to suspend that you need to freely suspend that straw right near the table. And another straw that is left, that you have to rub against sheet of paper. So straw and sheet of paper you need to rub for few minutes, and afterwards what you have to do, that rubbed straw you need to bring that straw near the suspended straw. Make sure that the two pieces do not touch each other. What you will observe, this activity actually you can do at your home. You will observe that two straws, when they are at distance, right, attractive force exists between the two straws, and the suspended straw will move towards the second straw that is in your hand due to attractive force. Now one more thing you have to do, the suspended straw that you have, that suspended straw again you have to rub with uh, paper, sheet of paper. You have to rub that suspended straw with sheet of paper, and then again you have to repeat the same activity. You need to bring that two straw closer to each other. Now you have to observe what happens. Actually in this case, when both the straws are rubbed against paper, sheet of paper, at that time both the straws get charges are there in both the straw. Actually both the straw have same kind of charge, and when both the straws will have same kind of charge, and when that bring closer to each other, at that time that two straws will move away from each other due to repulsive force exist between them. In Now we will discuss the definition of electrostatic force, that is the force exerted by a charged body on another charged or uncharged body is known as electrostatic force. This force comes into play even when the bodies are not in direct contact with each other. Therefore, electrostatic force is also an example of non-contact force. See more about electric charges you will learn in chapter number 15. Third example of non-contact force that we have to discuss, that is gravitational force. This force is very easy to understand. I am telling you that it is very easy. The reason is every second you are feeling this force. You will say how? Then I will tell you. Let's discuss few example. Anything you throw in upward direction, any ball, any pencil, eraser, anything when you throw in upward direction, so throwing that object you need to apply force, right? You that object must be in contact with your hand, so you need to apply force to move that object in upward direction. But you will observe that after certain distance that object will move in downward direction, move towards earth. You have applied force to throw that object in upward direction. You have not applied any force to pull that object in downward direction, but then also that object always moves in downward direction. ऐसा कभी हुआ है कि भाई ऊपर कुछ फेंका और वो ऊपर ही चला गया, या फिर ऊपर जाके रुक गया, नीचे ही नहीं आया? ऐसा कभी होता है? नहीं। देखो भाई, मैजिशियन या भगवान ऐसा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हम ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. Whichever thing we throw in upward direction always moves in downward direction. This is because earth pulls all objects in downward direction, and for that earth and that object that is flying, that is not at all in contact with each other. So this force acts from an distance, and therefore it is an example of non-contact force. So the earth pulls the object in downward direction. This force is called the force of gravity, or simply you can say gravity. And this force of gravity is nothing but it is always an attractive force. You must have seen water begins to flow towards the ground as soon as we open a tap. Even water in the river flows downward due to the force of gravity. So why all things move in downward direction? That is because of earth gravitational force. Like that, you can give many examples of gravitational force. It is very important for you to know that gravity is not a property of earth alone. In fact, every object in the universe, whether it is small or large, exerts force on every other object. That is very simple to understand, that there is gravitational force between two bricks. Gravitational force exists between two buildings. Even gravitational force exists between two persons. Two person means two human beings, two animals, anything, any two object, more than two it's okay, but minimum two, right? Any two object that possess mass, right? Between that two objects, which force exists? Gravitational force exists. And in detail about gravitational force you will learn in higher classes.
Gravitational force. Now, let us learn about another non-contact force called gravitational force. Objects or things fall towards the earth because it pulls them. This force is called the force of gravity or just gravity. This is an attractive force. The force of gravity acts on all living and non-living things, including water. This is the reason why water begins to flow towards the ground as soon as we open a tap. Water in rivers flows downward due to the force of gravity. Now let us hold a pen or a pencil at certain height and drop it. It will fall down due to the gravitational force of the Earth. Gravitational force of the Earth was discovered by Newton. Gravity is not a property of the Earth alone. In fact, every object in the universe, whether small or large, exerts a force on every other object. This force is known as the gravitational force. Gravitational force of the moon is 1/6 of the Earth's gravitational force.